Hello darkness, my old friend, 'cause a vision softly creeping in still remains.
God, Luke was a choir boy, you know. Morning guys, so we're back at this solar job. Today me and Luke are tackling inside the garage. We've got the backboards up already. Luke's mounting the inverter now. So we've got some trunking, double stack like Dado trunking to go up from down here. As you see all the cables coming in, up, cheeky little 90 straight across there. And yeah, we'll show you the plan in a bit.
Okay, so like most jobs, we come and have a look at the site before, and we actually do a to scale drawing. So you've got the Libby batteries here with the inverter. You've got the solar edge inverter up the top here. This is the Dado trunking running round. And then you've got the isolators, which AC and DC. You have the surge protection up here, the Libby controller there, the mod bus, and then the network switch. So yeah, we like to get an idea where we're coming from. We've actually got it planned out, so it saves a lot more time. This is huge with this trunking. Okay, so like Ruben said, I think this is the first time we've actually used Dado trunking. We're just trying the different things at the moment, because obviously you don't want the AC and DC and the data all running together in the same compartment. So yeah, we're just trialing there as different techniques and things like different materials, so hopefully this one will work out better for us.
Basically, the reason why Luke's doing the trunking first is because that's sort of going to be our dating point for everything, because we can't really mount stuff other than the inverter, because that'll sit off the trunking. And then we'll drill some holes inside where the cables can come out and into the inverter. So we're just gonna deal with that first and then get everything else on.
You can fold it up as well if you want, just get out of the way.
Sweet. So it literally just
hooks on the, yeah, the two screws going on either side, just hooks on it.
All right.
You have to have trust in it.
Oh, is it on the inside?
Inside, right, yeah, okay. Inside of the fin sort of thing. Oh. It's horrible, isn't it?
That's proper, I don't know about that one. Bless.
Do you mind cutting that, Ruben?
Yeah, no worries.
Kind of got a birthing.
A what, sorry?
A
birthing tool?
A burrer. I think they're called burrers. Okay, so this is definitely tool of the day. I don't actually think they're that expensive. But yeah, all your little sharp edges and that on the plastic, trunking lids like that, it's called a deburrer. You just scrape it along like this, it takes off all the rough edges and makes it smooth. So I reckon that's the sort of height we want to be at.
Yeah, because it's 50 per battery, isn't it? And then 59 for the inverter. When we're putting in batteries, we usually put in a floor stand on every battery, just because even if the floor looks even, you never really know. So these are adjustable legs, and then just make sure that you can get it level. That's all right, isn't it?
5,590. It's 50,
that's all right like that.
1590, yeah, cool.
Bit of a gap there.
Yeah, just enough to slide the inverter on top. Cool.
At least the lid is adjustable though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, got a bit of forgiveness.
Right, we just need to level that out and then get that screwed up.
The bottom ones as well.
We'll get those mounted and then we'll just screw through with that.
That's battery number 1. Why didn't it have the pop?
I know. You have to take this off
first.
That's
really disappointing.
Right, let me try again. I'm sure it's like this.
That's still a bit dead.
Dead, yeah, really dead.
Go on, Jim. Indulge.
Oh no!
Indulge.
Behind me, Satan.
Indulge.
I don't like using pens, but Ruben has the pencil, so I'm stuck with a pen. Okay, so I'm just marking up where the cable's going to entry through the rear of this trunking, and I'm going to try and bring the AC through the armoured on this side, and then the DC through on the other side, just so it divides them up, and then also the data through them. So yeah, I'm just going to mark it up, multi-tool out a square on each side, so I can slot right over it. Okay, so like I said, this comes through from the ducting. It travels 25 metres underground in ducting, and it's come through the hole. The hole's not wide enough for me to bring it directly through into this side of the trunking, so I'm going to cut out a notch here, so that way the DC can run through this side, and then the AC can run through this side. There's something up there. There's a bird or something up there, I'm sure. I'm finding it. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Sound like Jordan from that last video. So as you can see, got the inverter up there, and then the two parts of the trunking going down the side. So now it's just literally working away along and putting all these, so the isolators, the surge protection, things like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna work my way along and put them in one by one, and then we can start wiring them up. So like I said, even though we do planning on all these jobs before we get here and we do a layout, as you see the trunking goes along the top and along the side here, but we didn't take into consideration the corner piece. Which means if I mount it directly there and land it straight in the bottom as we was going to, we would never be able to remove these corner pieces. So we can either move it along here, or we're going to actually earth it the other side, the gland going into the BG board the other side. We're going to earth it there. So it means I could just notch out a bit in this corner piece and just land it into this bit here. So you'll still be able to remove it then. But yes, little problems like this we still have you run into, but there's nothing you can really do to avoid them. People are really laughing at me. I have no idea how these go on. Oh, that looks like could do the job. Yeah, no. Cool. Does anyone ever get the feeling they're being watched?
So, basically, I was being a bit of a numpty, classic, and I knocked out the 25mm holes, and Jordan was like, oh, have you got 25mm couplers? To which I realised that we don't, but Luke suggested, because as you can see, this kind of rounded off at the edge, and this has got kind of a rounded edge to it as well. If I set it off the wall a bit, it kind of joins up quite nicely. So I've just cut this bit of wood to size. Put this up like that. Bang. That's pretty juicy. So I can now just mark my holes compared to where it is on the trunking, drill that out, and then, yeah, mount it all up. Go on. Oh, go on then.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, hang on.
Right, ready? Okay, saw this little tip on Instagram. I think it's Burn Electrical, I think that's how you pronounce it as well. It's just putting a clamp over your knockout where you want to drill 25, say, in a 32, and you don't want to risk knocking that out. If you put a clamp on the edges, it will help and try and keep that in place. So we're going to give it a go. Oh. I've worn them every time, and I say, I know I'm putting them on. Okay, I've now been told off by boss man, so I've now got my glass on, which I should have had on the first time.
I don't know where it is actually.
Beautiful. So as you see, it's worked this time. So I've had a golfing injury. It's been bugging me for a while now, and I've just cut it again. So that was the original layer. Then I've gone through another layer. Then I've gone through another layer, and now I'm on my fourth layer. Okay, so I haven't actually fixed this in place yet. What we ended up doing is, if I take this out, let's take this off. So we cut a big slot in the bottom with some grommet strip. That will sit over there. And then for the armour to get terminated, it will come straight up here and terminate in here. So we've cut and notched out the top of the trunking lid. So when it's all in place, as so, you can't see anything of it and you can't access anything. So yeah, that's what we end up doing, which is the neatness.
These springs suck because, look, let me demonstrate. Allow me to show you. Okay, just gonna drill my hole. Yeah, right. Oh, what's this? The spring does not help. It just catches on the spring, and then oh yeah, it's supposed to ping out. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It just sucks. So I've mounted my surge protection and my two DC isolators down here. because we're going to keep all the AC stuff in this top compartment of the trunking, going the whole way round, and then the DC in the bottom, hence why it's all coming through the bottom. And then here, it cuts through the trunking, but because there's going to be no AC from about here onwards, there's still no interference, so it should be bless. Bless. So everything that we can mount today has been mounted. We're waiting on the AC isolators to come in. I would mount the generation meter, but we're going to put that above the AC isolators, so I don't really want to just go with guessing work, so I'm just going to leave that till tomorrow. But because these are up, I'm going to stick some singles between the Libby controller and its spur, and the mod bus and its spur, and if we get time, maybe a bit more as well. But ay, mamacita. Oh my days, I think I need surgery on my thumb. So everything's mounted, wired up the radial circuit pretty much, just got to go into the board. The SWA has been done by Luke, and we've started mounting the AC isolators, but we're gonna have to carry it on tomorrow. Guys, we're back on this job, and me and Luke have just started to crack on now, just keeping going with the garage. So we just started putting some DC cables away. Because this is mine and Luke's first time kind of like taking on this sort of job, just us two, we're still trying to get our heads around it, so we just spent a little bit of time working out what's going where. Is it going into the isolators first, surge protection first, things like that, and we're just working through it methodically so that we don't mess up and it's all neat and tidy and just works first time, hopefully.
Okay, so we've mounted the AC isolators and terminated the board, the armoured into the board, sorry. In here we have the DC cables with the data and the AC in here. So what I'm doing now is putting just a bit of banding around the data here and along here, and I'm going to do exactly the same for the DC onto the other side of the trunking. So even though they're running the same one, they're still separated inside that as well. So once that's done, that'll allow Ruben to terminate all the ends in that side, and then I'm going to start installing the Libby batteries on here. Talk about going above and beyond. It's like Christmas. A bit of plastic. I mean, all of that for that. Thanks.
So because there's a minimum amount of panels on a string that you can have, half of the house ones are actually on with the garage. So there's one string coming from the house through to the garage that's going straight up, and then it's going back down into here. Basically, I'm just drilling these holes in the trunking to get the strings up to the garage right now. What a lovely day. Shame I feel dead inside. So, on the edge of the tile, we're looking about 2.5 meters. It's about 25, so 225. And the width of the wall is about 20, so we're about 205. This is the joist that was next to it, and it was on the right hand side looking from up there, so it should be right about here. Take that out. Got our opening there. I can just feed the cables through into here, and then instead of trying to do it all in one push, I can take it out of here and then feed it through here and push this back down. 2 seconds. I'm gonna be on your right. Can you see that? Yeah, should be good. Perfect. Cheers.
Somewhere. I just pinched my belly fat.
Yeah.
Oh. Mate, that hurt.
I heard the sizzle.
Oh, that's not nice. Wowza. For any of our followers, our fitness people or fitness gurus, can send me a meal plan to lose some fat. It'd be much appreciated. Okay, so we've got both batteries in and the inverter. We have come across a slight problem. At some point, the AC is going to cross with the DC, which is fine. I mean, as long as it's going straight across and not running parallel with it. So yeah, I've done a stuffing gland here just to run it through the HO7 cable. Just going to start making terminations on those and then start wiring up the batteries together. Okay, so Corey explained why the battery leads are laid out like this. That was in one of the previous videos, so if you want to go and watch that. But basically, yeah, these all come pre-made up in a box, basically. So you just got the link cables that link all the batteries together, and then the earth as well, so that one links that to that, and then that goes right around the back of here, and it links the inverter together as well, so that's all earthed. But yeah, just open these doors here. I'm going to screw them shut now, and then work on the inverter.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, that needs a bit of lube on it, that. I think there's a dog somewhere barking really loud because of this squeal.
Some dogs are like them cat sensors.
Oh, sticking in my leg. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, so this cable we've just pulled through here actually comes from the array up there. So there's 4 panels. And this one goes from the last panel all the way through the house, under this duct, through all of this trunking, and up to here. And it's going to plug into this one, and then go through all of these optimizers. And then the one in Ruben's hand will go from that one, return back through the hole, and down to the DC isolator.
I'm still.
Jenny the blog. You got a fleece on, bro.
Yeah, but it's blocking the sun, so it's blessed. It's keeping me cool. What, we just taking
Yeah, there's literally splitting. So one, we just zip tie it to the, go up to that thinging bob there, hook.
Alright.
I know what I'm talking about.
I feel you. Should I do this one at the top side so that it can run all the way across?
Yeah, yeah.
You stood on it, bro.
Oh, I've got to go on a diet.
Don't be fooled by the
Too heavy for roof work. Right, see this? Someone's been at my zip ties again. That's not how you open zip ties. And I know it's Lee. Like, oh yeah, you just pull it from the middle. No, it's not. You do it one end. You put one tie around it and you continue tying it. It's just, people suck. Lee, you suck. That's our in, so I need a male looking end, but it's female apparently. So we're going into here, and then this has got a long end on it, and you see it just goes in to all of the optimizers, and then Ruben's got the other end of it, and then that will be coming back all the way through and down to the inverter. I've been on a solar course. I think I have ADHD. I just can't concentrate. I was doodling on a piece of paper the whole time, and then the exam came around and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Once Ruben's got that plugged in, we should have 4 volts down at the DC isolator. It will go up to 9 volts once these panels are plugged in, because there's 1 volt per optimizer. So we're going to double check downstairs that we've got 4 volts. And so then we know there's no issues up there. I really hope there isn't. And then we can come back up, pop all these panels on, then we'll have 9 volts down there, and then fingers crossed the rest of the materials turn up.
So because the optimizer is now connected, it's essentially completed the circuit until here. So then I should be able to measure between positive and negative and see which way it's flowing.
Okay, just for a test. The voltage might be too low.
Maybe. So because we haven't got the proper tester on us right now, I just tried with my 2-pole tester and it's not showing up because I don't think it reads voltage that low. But logically, because positive is always going into the next optimizer, because we're going out of that optimizer, this should be the positive going in. Hopefully that's right. It makes sense to me and it seems to be logical, I think. So I'm just going to sleeve this and hopefully it checks out. So we've got the in from the optimizers and then this going out into the SPD and then from the SPD to here. Well, that's actually backwards, but you know what I'm saying. So here we've got the connections in the Modbus, which these CT cables are coming from the meter cupboard, and then these are going down in the trunk into the inverter. We got BAG, the Notorious, and then we split off here for the CTs. Oh, sick focus, cameraman Ruben here, going into Libby, and then John's going to mirror those connections in the meter cupboard.
All the panels are on and working. We're generating at 6 kilowatts right now.
Nice.
The Libby is charging.
Okay, so as you can see, it's all finished at last. Really happy with the outcome of it. So basically we've got the board on here. We've got the Zappu we've refed off it, the battery, the solar, and then a little radial for the connection units. So basically from the battery, it goes from here to an isolator, and there's just a little radial which just comes into the side of the Libby here. And then for the solar, it comes from the solar panels on the house and on this garage roof, comes down into these DC isolators and then into the surge protection device. From here it goes up into the inverter, and it will feed right over to the generation meter, into an isolator, and then back to the board. And then also we've just got a little radial which feeds these threes here, which just 2 fuse connection units and a little socket just for the network switch. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.